Myrtle, I can't talk right now.
Tom, we're eating.
There's Daisy right now. Get back to the table. Bye.
During Chapter 1, Myrtle Wilson is not involved much in the story. She becomes significant when Tom leaves the dinner table and takes a phone call from her. Myrtle and Tom do not talk much as Daisy is around. Although Myrtle understands she is just a mistress, she accepts it because of Tom's wealth. This scene becomes very awkward and dinner ends. Jordan and Nick, who are also at the dinner, go home and the chapter ends.
How's it going, George?
Oh, hey Tom, how's it going? Nice to see you.
I'm Nick.
Hi Nick. Nice to meet you. I'm George. How's it going, Tom?
Oh, pretty good.
Good? Oh, when's that car gonna be ready? I've been waiting on it for a while now.
You know, I got someone working on it right now. I'll get it to you as soon as I can, man.
Okay, thank you.
Can you go fetch some refreshments,
Oh,
please?
yes, Myrtle. Of course.
Hi.
Hey, Myrtle.
Who's this?
This is my Nick.
You wanna go to the city?
Let's do it.
In the scene where Tom introduces Nick to Myrtle and George, the fact that she tells George to simply grab a seat and a drink for Tom and Nick shows a lack of respect for George. This points to the affair and that Tom and Myrtle were having, as Myrtle would not typically behave in such a manner. Also, later on in the book, George claims he noticed her behavior changing, proving that this behavior was out of the ordinary. In addition, the fact that Tom was teasing George with the car was showing that he wanted to have a bit of fun with George.
Hey, we need to go to this party. We're having a party this evening. We're into the apartment, and we're gonna invite Myrtle's sister. And some people downstairs.
Am I allowed to come?
Hey, go ahead. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be.
Ooh, Tom, can we get a dog?
Yeah, let's go.
Hello, sir. Here's a dog.
It's perfect.
$10. Buy 10 more.
All right.
Ooh, I love
Here you
it.
go, Myrtle.
This scene takes place on the way to New York City in the car. This scene may not seem very important, though the scene does point out some important aspects of the characters. The fact that Tom simply buys Myrtle a dog on the spot shows that he has no issue spending money, as purchasing a dog like that would have provided an issue. In addition, Tom gave the man who sold him a dog a rather large tip. When he says to buy 10 more dogs with the $10 he gave him, it shows that he is being more generous in order to impress Myrtle and Nick. To continue with that line of reasoning, this money is from his excess, meaning that it is not true generosity. It is.
This is the most important scene in regards to Myrtle found within this chapter. This scene shows Myrtle's foolishness in a grand manner. Firstly, Myrtle decides to continue to aggravate Tom. This is clearly not the most intelligent idea because Tom's a sportsman, thus he has strength and knows how to use it. In addition, she must know how much he dislikes the mention of Daisy, as this affair was not a new one. Jordan knew of the affair for a long time, as seen in Chapter 1. She would then know the way Tom reacts to such prodding and aggravation.
Tom!
In Chapter 7, we see Myrtle glaring outside of her window as Tom and Nick pass by the gas station in Gatsby's fancy yellow car, thus highlighting her despair and longing to have riches and be part of the upper class, as well as her desire to leave her old life behind.
The significance of the scene where Myrtle gets hit by the car shows the immense jealousy and desperation of Myrtle to escape with Tom and be someone of the upper class. She risked her life for it. In addition, it shows her impulsiveness as she simply ran out and attempted to get the attention of Tom, who was not in the car, at the mere notion that she could escape with him. It was the eventual cause for Gatsby's demise and George's suicide.
My name is Nick Carroll.
And I'm Daisy Buchanan. And we're here to dig deeper into the portrayal of Myrtle Wilson in the novel, 1974 movie, as well as the 2013 movie.
We will question different characters from The Great Gatsby and their role in her life and their thoughts of her character. We will first question George Wilson, who is Myrtle's husband and the owner of the gas station. Come on in, George. So, how did your relationship with Myrtle develop throughout the book?
Well, to start off, I was happily married to Myrtle in the beginning years of our marriage. Then we started to act differently. She was never home when she said she would be. And all the time she was the victim in our fights. She showed no respect for me anymore, and at first I didn't know why, but now I can say she was having an affair.
How do you think the 1974 film of The Great Gatsby portrayed your wife?
In the 1974 film, she was a money-loving woman. She was unfaithful and only cared about herself. She was very selfish.
What were some traits of hers that you wish she did not develop?
Well, she's always talking about her money. She was a gold digger. She never appreciated my work, which I always was sad. And she was never grateful for what she had, so I wish she appreciated what she had.
Now, how about the 2013 film? How did that portray her?
We showed her as unimportant. It seemed as though she was only added as an afterthought. This being said, she was portrayed as nagging, shady, and downright stupid person.
Alright, we're ready. You can come in now.
I'm Tom. Hello, I'm Nick Carraway.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to have you here today, Tom. So our first question is about Myrtle's portrayal in both films. Which version do you think portrayed her best?
Well, I personally prefer her portrayal in the 1974 film. Now, I say this because it really kept more accurate to the book. You see, in the 2013 film, there are a few discrepancies in the way they portrayed her. For example, they portrayed her as a more rational, more intelligent person when we all know, let's be honest here, we all know her to be more of a foolish, kind of carefree individual. In addition, there's a few discrepancies to our relationship in the 2013 film. For instance, in the 2013 film, I backhand her, which wouldn't break her nose. While in the 1974 film, I punch her in the face, which would break her nose.
So, why do you think the director chose to portray her in this way?
Well, I believe, for 2013 one or the 1974 film?
The 1974 film.
Well, in the 1974 film, the director chose to portray Myrtle in this manner because he wanted to keep as close to the book as possible while still having some creative license with the film. Now, I say this because there are some discrepancies, but they're so minuscule that they're not really noticeable.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Very well.
Alright, come on in. Hi, I'm Myrtle Wilson.
Thank you for being here this morning. Our first question for you is what was missing from both of the movies that was present in the book?
Well, one thing I noticed is that didn't go into the story of how I met Tom. Oh, how I have such fond memories of that day that we met in the train. It may appear strange to some, but the reality of the matter is the ensuring taxi ride was very romantic.
You can bring him in now. We're ready.
Thank you. Guys. Enough. Gatsby. J. Gatsby. Madam?
I'm Nick.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I'm Daisy Buchanan.
So, we'd like to ask you, what was your opinion on Myrtle Wilson?
Myrtle Wilson. I'm not very close to Myrtle Wilson, but I do know her. I know of her. In the 1974 film, she attended one of my parties. One of my many grand parties. Although she was often under the influence, if you know what I mean. She seemed like a nice girl. But yet again, I would not, really associate myself with her because I don't really associate myself with guests at my party.
Mm. So, did she seem like she was desperate for attention?
Definitely. She really tried her hardest to fit in with us of the upper class, and like you said, she was very desperate for attention. Wanted to really kind of fit in with us, like I said, and she was not of the upper class, much more of a lower class woman.
Thanks for coming for our show.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Please, no applause.